Hello, Calculus 3. We're trying to find the area enclosed by the ellipse x equals a cosine of t, y equals b sine of t for t between 0 and 2 pi. And the formula that we're using is the integral from a to b y of t times x prime of t dt. So before we get to the calculation, let's just go ahead and do a rough graph of this. Since I have A and B, the A and B could be any numbers. Let me go ahead and make a table of values in the next page. So okay, so T, X, and Y. And let's go from, since we are between 0 and 2 pi, let's go to 0, 2 pi. In that 2 pi, average that out, I get a pi. Average these two value, I get pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Okay. X is determined by a cosine of t. Cosine of 0 is 1. 1 times a is a. Let's see, and pi over 2, cosine of pi over 2 is 0, times anything is 0. Then I get cosine of pi is -1, so I get minus a, and then 0 again, and I'm back to a. Okay, how about y? Y is determined by b sine of t. When t is 0, sine of 0 is 0, times b, I get 0. Sine of pi over 2 is 1. 1 times b is b. Then I'm back to 0. Let's see, 3 pi over 2, I get -1 times b, negative b, and 0. Notice that I'm back to a comma 0, like the very first point. So, one complete revolution. So this is going to look like something like this. The points that I have is a comma 0, let's say somewhere here. Then I have 0b, let's say something like there. -8 a0, say here, and 0 negative b, let's say in here. And so this ellipse looks like something like this. Okay, so let's say this is x and this is y. And notice that actually I would prefer maybe to just, instead of putting x and y, I'm going to say that this point right here, this point right here is t equals, let's see, pi over 2, 0b. Okay, you can name the other points as well, but just one is good enough. Now notice that if I find this area right here and multiply it by 4, then I have the total area enclosed by this ellipse. So let's go to the next page and say area equals 4 times integral. Let's see, I'm going to start from pi over 2 all the way to 0. So let me go back here. Okay, so at t over pi over 2, all the way to where t is 0, that we have a0 right here. This point right here. So t equals 0. So pi over 2 to 0, the formula was y of t. Y of t is b sine of t times the x prime. So the prime of b sine of t is going to be, x prime is going to be, sorry, a cosine of t. The prime of that would be minus a sine of t, okay, dt. Let me just say that this right here, this was my y of t, and this was my x prime of t. Okay. All right. So now this is the same as, let me put area equals 4 times, if I multiply and put b times negative a, let me go from pi over 2 to 0. This gives me minus ab sine squared of t dt. And this is, I can pull this out. So let me go ahead and go to the next page. So have area equals minus 4 times AB from pi over 2 to 0 sine squared of t dt. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my reduction formula. So area equals minus 4 AB from pi over 2 to 0, 1/2, 1 minus cosine of 2t dt. I'm going to take the 1/2 out. So I get area equals minus 2 AB pi over 2 to 0. So I'm going to have 1 minus cosine of 2t dt. And from this point on, should not be too hard for you to finish it up, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. Let me go to the next page. So this sequence minus 2 AB, integral of 1 is simply t, integral of cosine of 2t using the chain rule in reverse. So I get a negative 1/2 sine of 2t from pi over 2 to 0. Okay. So area equals minus 2ab, plugging in t, I get a 0. Then sine of 0 is 0, so 0 minus 0 for the first part. Then I have minus when I plug in pi over 2, I get pi over 2 minus, plug in pi over 2 for t, I get sine of 2's cancel pi, sine of pi is 0, so I get a 0 in here. So a equals minus 2ab. So this goes away, so times minus pi over 2. And the 2's cancel, this negative sign with this negative sign cancels out. So I'm left with AB pi, AB pi, and or pi times AB, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll do more example for you and talk to you soon.